Welcome, this is Ad Emmen reporting live from Sofia, from the Ministry of Education and Research, and we're talking here with Vice Minister Ivan Dimov, who just gave keynotes at two workshops that were held here in Sofia, namely about e-infrastructures and also had to do with supercomputing. So,
yes, yeah, thank you.
So can you just introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, I'm, as you said, Vice Minister in the Ministry of Education and Science, and I'm responsible for research in Bulgaria. And that's it. But before I've been a scientist, I'm working in computer science. I've been director of the Institute of Information and Communication Technologies at the Bulgarian Academy of Sciences.
Mm-hmm.
I've been also working in some other places in Europe and in America. I've been for some period of time in England at the University of Reading, in Germany, France, and some other places.
Yeah, and now very busy with the presidency of the European Union, which Bulgaria is currently doing. A few weeks ago there was this conference called EuroHPC, which was organized together by Bulgaria with the European Commission, which gave a very nice overview of the state of HPC in Europe and EuroHPC. Can you comment a little bit about that meeting?
Yes, it was a very important conference for us, but also for Europe, because you may know that during the last years Europe is not among the 10 biggest users of supercomputer in Europe. So we needed to decide what we shall do in order to be again a big player in this area. Why it is important? It's important because without supercomputing, without this tool for researchers, you cannot achieve big results, even if you deal with theoretical physics or chemistry or biology. You very often need such a big machines to perform your computations in order to discover new knowledge. Because what means data mining? It means that dealing with big data, you're trying to extract knowledge from that, and it's a big challenge for Bulgaria. The situation is that in our country we have quite a strong community dealing with high performance computing. Unfortunately, we don't have big computational power. We have supercomputer, but we need to unite our effort with all the countries in Europe. You also may know that Commissioner Maria Gabriel, she's Bulgarian, she's responsible for this part of Commission, and it was very important to be able to to see what we should do as Europe to perform better in this important area.
Yeah. So and the conference brought that a little bit further. So yesterday there was a workshop about e-infrastructures, with also a strong component on high performance computing. So how do you see the relation between high performance computing, supercomputing, and e-infrastructures?
Yeah, as I said, the infrastructure, research infrastructure, is extremely important for scientists, because without infrastructure it's not possible to deliver high quality results. Because the normal way is, you work on research project, you produce innovations, and then the innovations are going to industry in order to make our European citizens happy. And this is very important chain of events. So you deal with research, then innovation, then production. If you compare Europe to United States of America or to China, we are even not big player on this area. That's why we need to unite, effort of all the countries, all European countries, and this is specific area where, each country has specific experience, and combining experience of researchers, we can do our best in this area. I would like to mention that in our country we have quite a strong community dealing with parallel algorithms, software, middleware. So we are more specialized in so-called soft measures, dealing with algorithms and software, which is extremely important for high performance computing, because very often you have computers with high peak performance but low computational efficiency, because one should care about specific algorithms, that they should be prepared to work on parallel machines. It's not trivial to distribute your task, your job on a large number of processors and have efficient implementation. So this is sort of niche, our niche of Bulgaria, where we may focus and may contribute to the process. Of course, we are working together with colleagues from other countries, and it's a matter of policy, how to organize all this business in order to be more efficient. I'm also very happy that it was decided that the European Commission already allocated €1 billion to buy two large supercomputers in Europe, and also the plans are to have about 9 billion from the next framework program in this very important area.
Yeah.
So at the same time, this infrastructure is also related to electronic infrastructure, which is very important for the area of Southeast Europe. This was actually the focus of one of the conferences, because if we want to work for to work with countries of Western Balkans, this is one of the priority of our presidency. We need to have a good electronic infrastructure, and we are putting a lot of effort to fill this gap. And I also think that this priority is also important for the whole Europe, because you will have smaller discrepancy when you compare research infrastructure in different parts of Europe, and it will be, I believe it will be good for the whole Europe.
So basically what you, if I understand correctly, you say that it's good to specialize, and all small countries can also contribute important things.
Absolutely.
But you need to collaborate to achieve something on a European scale. Is that what you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So modern research areas are very broad, and usually to be able to compete to big players in this area, you need to specialize in smaller area to be focused. At the same time, you need to work very closely with colleagues from other countries, and we have a very, very good experience working with colleagues from Central and Western Europe, and also with colleagues from Balkan Peninsula and also Eastern Mediterranean. So we need this collaboration, this infrastructure, and we can see that people are very active, and you have sort of synergy when you combine, different specialists from different countries. It's I strongly believe that it's helpful for the whole research infrastructure in Europe.
Currently you're working very hard, and the focus is on things what happens in Bulgaria and under the presidency. What do you expect, let's say in the next year, will be the important things?
Yeah, you know that now European Commission is about to announce the next ninth framework program, European program, which is a very, very important task. We are working very hard also in our trio together with our colleagues from Austria, because their next presidency. So we understand that we are not sort of a big player, but we know our place, we know our areas in which we are strong, and we know where we can contribute. So we are trying by formulating our national priorities in the field of research to identify a small number of areas where we are strong enough and areas in which we may collaborate. And we are focusing in those areas. By the way, we have created a number of centers of excellence funded by our government in some specific areas where we know that we have good expertise, and one of the areas is information and communication technologies. So this is we are focused very much on some specific priorities where we can achieve good results, and in such a way we can say that Bulgarian scientists are good partners in some areas. I may say that it's a matter of it should be sort of harmony or synergy between national research policy and European research policy. So one should identify areas in which it's good to collaborate with big teams, strong teams. We're also collaborating with teams from America, from China. It's absolutely needed. At the same time, we can identify areas that are sort of local areas, something connected to heritage, to language. We are running projects connected to digitalization of heritage, of some texts and things like that. So they're local because we should care about this. At the same time, we have identified areas in which it's good to collaborate on the European level. Yeah. And it's important to focus, to have a focused policy to target areas of research where we can expect results. How we measure this is another important issue. As you know, there is matrix which is more or less accepted by using data from databases, say Web of Science and other sources, to identify areas in which you have papers published in top 1% or top 10%. In such a way, you identify areas in which you can collaborate on European level, and also identify areas that are important for this country. They are more local, but they also should be somehow stimulated.
Last part, for instance, for the Netherlands, water is an important issue because most of the countries are below sea level. Do we have scientific issues, which are specific for the area here?
We have focus on genome studies, which is connected to food and agriculture, because we have quite a strong community in this area. Also because of some hazards, like we had previous year, we had very very strong snowfall, which was a sort of challenge during a month, during January. So what we have very precise Eulerian models for, to predict the climate, different climate scenarios and weather forecast, very precise models to be able to predict which part of the highway from Sofia to Burgas should be closed. It was for this purpose the supercomputer Hall in Sofia was used, and it gave very, very good results, and it was convincing politicians that
Really
we should put money to do that, because when you are able to predict with accuracy of about 300 meters, which was done for the first time, such a fine mesh. So the technology, mathematical technology is known.
Yeah.
The problem was, computational power.
Yeah.
And we had this power in that time, which, the society in Bulgaria understood that, ICT is something important, and it's good to put several millions of euro to buy a good supercomputer to solve this, instead of,
having all the cars stranded in the snow.
Yes.
That's not what you want.
So this was very convincing. After that, we joined this EuroHPC initiative.
Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.
This was Atemen reporting live from Sofia.